Hello YouTube, it's me again. This time I'm making a video of my welding table, which, believe it or not, I cleaned off so you could actually see the surface. Yeah, I know, it's hard to believe I cleaned my welding table. I left a few things on here that I normally use. This video is for Arco at Outlaw Edge Customs. If you haven't seen his channel, I highly suggest you like, subscribe, go there and check out his videos. I've been watching his videos for a while, not as long as he's been on there, but I discovered his videos about 6 months ago, maybe. I don't know when. But he has some good videos, good tips and tricks, and awesome car, by the way. That's pretty cool. I like that Rogue car. But he asked me to send him some pics of my welding table, and I decided I'll just make a video because it's easier. Because pictures, plus I'll have to clean it. Give me a reason to put all tools away. It was a mess. I left a few things on it that I'm working on, and I will turn the camera on and basically yap out a description of my welding table. So here we go. Hope you enjoy the video. The first part of this video I'm going to show is this. This is not my welding table. This is this plastic table I use, which has a huge melt mark in here. This plastic table, which is sitting on a trash can, is I jokingly tell people, is my MIG welding table. It's not fireproof. It catches fire. It burns. I spray paint on it. And when I'm MIG welding with my garage door open, yes, I use a plastic table. It's small, it's convenient, it folds up, and if it ever catches fire, I just tamp on it with my glove and it goes out. So yeah, that's the first thing I use to weld on. Now we'll get to the next table. Hello again. The side that most people see in my videos is right here. There's the camera, it looks down. And the size of my table, I think, is 3 feet by 4 feet. I have a planishing hammer hooked on it right now over here, just held down with one vice grip. I took the other one on this side because I kept jamming into it. On the back over there, there is a Pexto metal shear, and the other far corner is my father's original record number 5 vice that sat in his basement for probably 20 years. But below the bench, I made there's a, what do you call it, piece of angle bracket on there. On the top of the angle bracket, right here where my finger is, you can see it, my cheap little metal bender is, there's a clamp right over here, and there's a clamp right over here. I don't know if you can see it. There's a clamp right over here, right behind the yellow thing, the magnet. There's a little clamp here, and then there's a clamp over here holding my metal brake. I made a little tiny thing to hold all the hammers. I cleaned it up so you could actually see all the hammers going. I made them in different sized loops, and I put a bar across, so that way if you want to put a big hammer, long hammers, whatever, you can put 2 rows or whatever. And I didn't weld it to the bench because sometimes I just don't like it there. So I used 2 shitty little clamps that are really small, and I clamped it on. I might actually move it over and make a whole row, but I like making the loops. I don't know if you can see it. Here, I'll take it out of here. I made the little, as you might be able to see, this loop is bigger than this loop, and this one's different size. And I welded a little bar across here so you can kind of hang stuff behind it. So if this brass hammer is too big, fit in there. You can also, it's kind of dark. I don't have good lighting in here. So that's the hammer rack, and I'll show you the other side just in 1 second here. Back to the video. I also I used the metal L bracket to hang small plastic clamps. Yeah, I bought those shitty Irwin plastic ones. They tend to melt when welding. I also use these ones I've been buying from Harbor Freight. They are like 20 bucks, cheap and built like a tank. Probably one of the few things that Harbor Freight has that is really, really good. I have a vintage old pliers here. I have 2 sets of vice grips. That's where I clip on those type of vice grips. If I go around this side here, on this side, I don't know if I could see it. Hold on. I put a metal rod all the way across. It's not very bright, but you can see I have a ton of vice grips here. I have clamps on this side. I just hang them off. It's just a metal rod hanging, and on the other side, over here, it's hard to see in here. The other side, I have flat bar hanging over here from one side to the other. You can hang tape measures and pretty much anything else on the flat bar, including clamps. But I hang all my why can't I remember? Brain fart. Grinders on there. There's one more somewhere. I have a cordless one. I think I have at least 2 more. I haven't made anything to put my pneumatic tools in because I leave them in the drawer because there's too much dust. I have my Jesus, brain fart again. My vise that's permanently attached. This thing right here, the Pexto chopper, is not permanently attached because, I mean, it's just clamped on for now, but I plan on putting bolts to hold it. I didn't permanently attach it because in case I have to ever take it off there, but it's so damn heavy, I just leave it there. Also, and on this side of the bench, if you don't mind the crazy video, there is pretty much nothing on this side except there's a plasma cutter down there and a pile of junk. I have my fireball tool squares. I usually lean metal up here. There's a box that's got to go in the garbage here. Some new rags. I put a plug on this side with, if you look down here, there's BX armored cable, the covered metal cable. It goes down to that end. You can see it right down here. There's another plug, and then since I didn't have enough cable, and at the time, I'll just make some really shitty video here. I didn't have enough money in cable time, so I just used an old extension cord and I plugged it into the wall right over there. So I plugged in. I also have, this is what I'm currently working on, coat rack. I have these two holes right here, which are bolt holes that I cover with the pegs in there. I'm planning on taking this. Wait, let me pause this. I'll show you. Hello YouTube. I was going to show you previous section what these are for. These two bolt holes, which are not lined up to anything, are basically just holes that hold in, where'd I put it? I don't know where it is. It's buried somewhere. I have a Roper Whitney 20-ton metal punch. So I just basically line it up here, drop 2 bolts in it. Don't even have to bolt it down. It just sits in there and the bolts hold it still enough where I can ratchet it. I really should get some shorter bolts. And if I need to, bolt it in place so when I need it. Sorry about the sloppy film. But anyway, these things, I plan on making holes, probably not the whole table. I might just do half the table and cut, was it 5/8 inch holes. I bought these pegs off Fireball Tool. And what I plan on doing with these ones is, 1, copying them, and 2, I plan on taking this gizmo right here and lopping it off right here, or probably halfway in the middle, and then I'll just show you for example the other side. Then I'm going to weld it onto here, so this way I can take this clamp and use it as a table clamp. I also, if I make a few of these metal things here, I can also take one of these vice grips, and I can also, if I have to somehow, I can weld them on there also, so I can basically have clamps, not these ones in particular, but some of the other ones, so I can make my own clamps, table clamps. I could buy them, they're like $15-16 each, but you know, what's the fun of having a welding table and equipment if you don't make your own shit? I mean, sometimes it's more fun and it's more satisfying buying stuff. So yeah, I basically made the I think it's 1.5 inch tubing, about 1/8 inch thick. The bottom half of the table, I have 1-inch bolts, nuts and bolts. I welded the nut on and put the bolts on the bottom. So if I want to level, I just unscrew the bolt. I also, if you look back behind all these hammers, there's a bunch of casters that I bought. I'm planning on putting the casters on the side here, just high enough so I can unbolt it and be on the casters, and then wheel it around and bolt it back, just so I can roll the table around. I'll probably end up putting the wheels on. The thing will probably never I'll probably never put the bolts on. I'll probably just wheeling the table back and forth. And that's pretty much it. The underneath the table is just full of random junk that I use, and just things laying around. But pretty much that is my welding table. I also have where is it? Well, in my junk pile here I have a stove hood I found on the side of the road, which is runs perfect, that somebody left, and well, I'm gonna make a makeshift welding hood and run it right out the side of the building here for a fume extractor. And other than that, I looked and did research online on what kind of welding tables like people have, and I don't know I'm not good at making drawers, so it doesn't have drawers. I might put a box in there with some cheap drawers. It's a 1/2 inch thick because everybody says 1/2 inch or more. If you go any thinner than a 1/2 inch, it's just not sturdy enough. And this thing is like, It's a 1/2 inch thick. The plate weighs 200 and, I don't know, 60 pounds, I think, or something like that. I had to get somebody to help me lift it. We built it on its side, and we both barely could lift the tabletop. So anyway, enough blah blah blah. I'll end this video here, and no, you're not getting a shop tour yet. I gotta clean this mess up first. So hope you liked the video, and if you have any questions, leave a comment, like, subscribe, eat bacon, and don't forget to buy yourself a Lego set once in a while. I love Lego. Sorry, I just had to throw it in there.